Hello everyone, TimeToGrind here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys another Overwatch hero guide. Now keep in mind, as a lot of you can probably tell, I am not a professional player. This is just what works very well for me in a ton of games I've played. Now let's get started. So today, we have the Demolitionist Junkrat. Now Junkrat has been talked about a decent amount, and the reason being is that he isn't overpowered or underpowered, he's just average, but the only problem is that the three best things that Junkrat counters are teams that group up, whether it be on an objective or not, and mobile heroes like Bastion and Torbjorn. And because Bastion and Torbjorn aren't in the best place right now competitively, Junkrat isn't always the best pick. There are, however, very many times when picking up a Junkrat is extremely useful. Now, Junkrat can be effective by playing him offensively and defensively. So before we get into different ways to play him, let's go over some tips and tricks that will overall just make you a better player with Junkrat. First of all, learning to use your concussion mine in order to jump yourself from place to place is vital, as it can get you to places in half the time it takes other players to walk. And it can give you a height advantage as well to allow you to rain your grenades from above. On top of that, using your concussion mine correctly, you can do a sort of single pogo to go even further with your jumps. All you need to do is place a mine and then wait for the cooldown to reset, and then jump and in mid-air use another one and immediately trigger it. This can get you behind enemy lines a ton of the time, which can be extremely useful. Also, if you ever feel like you're going to die or just want to get the hell out of where you are, feel free to just throw a concussion mine directly under you and fire it off, sending you flying away from whatever fight you were in. Next, when using your grenade launcher, whether you're on offense or defense, feel free to completely spam your grenades. You can deny small choke points or areas from your enemies, and if the enemies are camping in a building or area, you can keep spamming them to try to flesh them out. Another thing is your Martyrdom passive can be super useful, especially if your enemies underestimate the killing power of it. When you know you're going to die, try to get as close as possible to the enemy, and possibly if you can lock them up in a steel trap. That way, if you end up dying, you have a higher chance to kill them with the Martyrdom. Your passive can also lead to some hilarious moments. If a large amount of enemies are within the same tiny building or area, it's sometimes a good idea to completely be a suicide bomber by jumping in the building, firing as many grenades as possible, and throwing out as many concussion mines and steel traps as possible, all while hopping around and being as hard as possible to kill. And then, once you die, hopefully your passive will be able to clear out the few you didn't manage to kill. And lastly, your ultimate can be extremely useful, sometimes even team wiping, but don't be scared to use it only to kill single enemies. You gain your ultimate charge extremely fast, so it's not the worst thing in the world to only kill one person. Also, make sure to try and hide your rip tire from enemy sight. Most likely, they heard the revving of the tire and are already extremely paranoid. And make sure you utilize its wall climbing capabilities, as it can make it even easier to get behind enemy lines. So now that we've gone over general things that are good to do no matter how you play Junkrat, let's go over my two favorite ways to play him, offensively and defensively. And what I like about these two playstyles is that you can play them whether you're on the attacking and defending side. You could play Junkrat offensively on the defending side in order to give your team some room, and you can play him defensively on the attacking side in order to protect your team. He is just completely versatile. So the first way to play him is offensively. And your main goal here is to break up the enemy team when they are grouped up, kill immobile targets like Torbjorn and Bastion, and killing high target threats like Widowmaker, and just getting to higher ground and spamming your grenades everywhere. The best way to deal with heroes like Torbjorn and Bastion is to just spam your grenade launchers at an arc at a safe distance away, and hopefully you'll be able to destroy or kill your targets before they have a chance to get out of the way. And make sure you use the arc on your grenade launcher to your advantage, meaning if you can get the angles right, you can even fire over walls and buildings. If there are high target threats like Widowmaker, try to just use your concussion mine to get behind them and take them out. Most 1v1 encounters you have playing as Junkrat should be easy for the most part. The best strategy I have when fighting a single enemy is to try to space them a little bit with my grenade launchers and concussion mines, and then throw my steel trap at them, using it more of as an offensive tool, and then while trapped, I keep on firing direct hits at them with the grenade launcher. And even if they kill me while they're trapped, they won't be able to get away from the live grenades dropped from Martyrdom. Now, if there aren't any targets you want to flank or any immobile targets to destroy, feel free to simply jump up somewhere high and rain grenades from above. Most of the time you'll be ignored, allowing you to spam your grenades for days, but if you're getting targeted, just use your concussion mine to get away and find a different spot. The next way I like to play Junkrat is defensively. This consists of placing your steel traps and concussion mines in strategic places that allow your team to worry about a few less heroes. If you can constantly harass a single hero or two by continuously bouncing them away and trapping them, your team will have a lot less to worry about. On top of that, simply spamming your grenade launcher and choke points or buildings will prevent the enemy team from making extremely hard pushes unless they want to fight with half health. And that's it. Remember, Junkrat isn't always the best pick, so feel free in a game to switch over to someone that would work a little bit better if needed. Also, this isn't the end-all be-all way to play Junkrat, just how I've gotten him to work out for me. And if you enjoyed this video, then consider leaving a like down below and subscribing to see more Overwatch content and news. Like always guys, see you next time.